Hi everyone, and welcome to another TripToGo travel talk. From bucket list adventures to balancing work, this conversation is full of real talk, expert perspective, and a few surprises. I'm your host, Shari, and let's dive in. Hello everyone, and I hope you're ready for today's travel talk because we are joined by a U.S. travel media veteran, Cyndy.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome to TripToGo.
Thanks very much.
But beyond her work, she's also a passionate jet setter. So we're gonna talk all about her travel experiences.
I sure love to travel.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let's start with something simple. Why do you love traveling and what keeps you chasing new places?
Just all the new experiences really is what I'm looking for. I love to travel because I meet so many interesting people. And I love to travel with my family because I love to see how they respond.
Yes.
I always, at the beginning of my career, did a lot of business travel, and so I was just me traveling. And most of my travel was in North America, and every time I went somewhere, I'd be like, oh, I wish this person was with me, or I wish that person could see this. Because of course, when I was traveling, they would be saying to me, showing me everything, just showing me all of their sights and what they love about their home. And I would always be like, oh my goodness, I wish my daughter was here, or I wish my son was here to see this. And then I would go home and I'd be telling them about it. And now both of them are also avid travelers, as are their families.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
I could totally relate because I travel too, and I've always wanted to take my parents with me so they can also see the things that I saw in that destination. So yeah, I could totally relate. So would you say you travel more for destination, the people you meet, or the stories you uncover?
It really depends on the trip. So I would say really it's what that particular trip is going to bring me. So I think I've told you before in our chats that I became a scuba diver a few years ago.
Yeah, that's so amazing.
So when I'm traveling for that, I've got a whole different thing I'm doing and what I'm trying to get out of that. And then I have traveled with my mom and dad as well. And especially in their latter years when they couldn't really do it on their own. And so more than it was just about spending time with them and being with them. And when I travel with my whole family, that's my daughter and son and their families, then it's to see how they experience things as well. And when I just travel with my partner somewhere, then it's more about the place and the people and the food and all that kind of thing.
You have different agenda.
Yeah, different agendas for different trips, really.
Wait, I want to know about what got you into scuba diving.
Diving now, I've done probably about 60 dives now.
Wow.
And even now, there's a little bit of tension before I go. But once I'm under the water, it's all good. Nothing scares me. People go, well, doesn't it scare you when you see a shark? And I go, no, it doesn't.
That's totally incredible.
So, because they don't, it's just when you're under the water and these animals see you, or these fish and creatures see you, they're curious. You can tell by their body movements. They're as curious about you as you are about them. And so the fear all goes away. At least it does for me.
Wow. That's so inspiring.
Yeah.
It makes me want to try scuba diving now.
Yeah, I love it. I absolutely love it. And I thought it would be challenging for me because a lot of people would say, well, don't you get claustrophobic? Don't you this? Don't you that? But to me, it's just freedom.
And what do you think travel teaches people that no job or school ever really can?
I think it teaches people that there is just so much more to life than going to work and being just your day-to-day grind. And I think that when people develop a passion for travel, they it opens their mind to so many other things.
I agree.
And it opens their mind to history, it opens their mind to political things, it opens their minds to so many things far beyond just that trip.
I completely agree, because I'm a traveler myself, and when I started traveling, I realized that there's so much more in the world.
So much, just so much.
Now let's dive into some of your most memorable experiences on the road. Is there a country or destination that stands out as absolutely unique and unforgettable for you?
Well, in answering that question, I'd have to go back to your first question and sort of parcel those out.
Yeah.
So when I think of going with my family, my granddaughters, we went a few years ago to Costa Rica. And there was in total 16 of us that all went together.
Wow, a big group.
And we went to Costa Rica. And inadvertently, we booked a boutique hotel, the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
Because we booked all the rooms and everything.
Yeah.
So we didn't realize that at the time, but that was what we had done, because we didn't know how small it was. And it just worked out perfectly. And we were just up from the beach, and in Costa Rica where we were, called Waco. And I had to practice saying that before I went there because it's spelled so differently. And when we went there, my eldest granddaughter and I were walking along the beach one day, and we saw one of the local guys fishing. And my granddaughter said, "What do you think he's fishing for?" And I said, "I don't know, let's ask him." And so I asked him, and he told us what type of fish it was he was fishing for. And then we ended up talking to him, and we found out that he was actually half Costa Rican, half American.
Oh.
But he was schooled and everything in the U.S., but he chose to come back and live in Costa Rica because he loved it.
Yeah.
And then he said, "Are you guys interested in learning how to surf?" And I looked at my granddaughter and said, "Yeah." She goes, yeah. So we said, yeah. And so we made arrangements with him to meet him the next morning and go surfing.
Wow. That's so spontaneous.
Yeah. And so he taught us. And I mean, we're not talking big waves. We're talking little waves and just getting up on your feet for maybe 30 seconds or so. But my granddaughter is an athlete. And so she got up right away, no problem, and surfed in. And I was so proud watching her. And I got up and surfed in, and I was so proud of me. But then they were all sort of laughing because the instructor was holding onto my board in behind, so I didn't fall off. And so that was great. But then after that, we sort of went back, and it ended up that all of my granddaughters learned how to surf on that trip.
Yeah.
And they went and they were all surfing. And when they were up there were rays jumping over, playing with them on their boards. And the girls, again, if somebody told them that was going to happen before they went out, they probably would have been afraid.
Yeah.
But they weren't afraid because it happened spontaneously, and they could see that they weren't in any danger or there was nothing going on. So that was a sort of family one. Me traveling, I would have to say when I went to Portugal. I was to Portugal a few times. And when it was just us, we would go and visit churches and little towns and little small fishing villages. And the food was amazing. We would stop at like a little fishing village and have lunch. And the fishermen would bring in their fresh fish, and they would set up these picnic tables and tarps for overhead, and they would have barbecues, and you'd pick out whatever fish you wanted, and it would still be alive, it'd still be flipping around.
Fresh.
They'd throw it on the barbecue, and then they had all the things to go with it, and you'd get a liter of wine, and the food was just incredible. And that I really loved because you got to speak with all the local fishermen and see what was going on.
Yeah, that's...
And that's what I like to do when I travel. I like to, even when I want to do a tour, I don't do the tour that goes with a resort, or I don't go to a resort tour. I'll try to find the local guy.
Yeah. You like immersing with the locals.
Yeah,
yes.
and I'll do that. And at one point when I was in Costa Rica once, just with my partner, we went on a river boat thing. I don't even know what you'd call it, but it was a low boat. It wasn't like a big boat. There was only enough room on that boat for like 10 people. So we were right low down, and they took us, and all of a sudden he took us, and we had bananas, and all these little white-faced monkeys, they jumped right onto the boat.
Wow.
And I had one on my shoulder, and I had one on my knee, and they were eating the banana
all after the
right
banana.
out of my hand. And that was something I thought, well, it wouldn't have happened being on the big boat because they wouldn't have allowed that in case something happened.
Oh, that's cool.
Whereas when I was just one-on-one with a local person, they knew, or they had the confidence, I guess, that I wouldn't make any sudden movements and frighten it or end up getting bitten or something.
Yeah.
And so
you've likely tasted your way around the world. So who do you think takes the crown when it comes to food?
you know what? I have to. Well, I love Portugal food.
Yeah.
I really do.
Which one in particular?
But
if you could choose one.
if I had to choose one for food, probably Japan.
Oh.
Because it was so unique.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just the food itself, it was the service. It was the way it was prepared. What else I love about it too is when you go there, they have the pictures of the food.
So you know how it looks like.
You know what it looks like before you get it.
Yeah.
So you've already imagined what it's going to be like. And I think it's the whole food experience there more than just the food itself. But I think that when you go to another country and you eat food there compared to when you eat that same type of food here, it's a totally different ballgame.
I agree.
Because I can tell you one thing I never liked was tofu, but when I was in Japan, I ate it every day.
Must be the water.
I don't know what it is when you're actually, but it's the same I find even if I go out east in Canada, like if I go to Newfoundland and have fish or lobster or anything like that, I love it. Here, I like it.
It's okay.
But when it's there, it's just the way they prepare it and the fact that it's so fresh.
You've mentioned also that you've already booked a big trip this September. Can you tell us where you're headed and what drew you to those destinations?
Well, this trip is a bucket list trip.
Wow.
And we're going to Africa.
That's so exciting.
And we're going to do a safari. And it's 4 countries. South Africa, Botswana, Zambia, and I can never say it right, Namibia. Yeah, that one. And it just looks so amazing. We see the big 5. We see like the elephants, the hippos, the rhinoceroses, and the lions and the tigers. And plus all kinds of bird life as well. And for this particular trip as well, we booked that we're in lodges. We're not sort of camping or anything like that. So I feel really comfortable with that. And the only thing, I was actually talking earlier with someone today about this, and I said, I just wish other people wouldn't keep telling me all the things I have to be worried about when I get there.
Yeah.
Because I'd like to just go and experience it and not
and you don't have any
all
fears.
Of these things in the back of my mind. So I'm trying to shut out all that noise. Yeah. But I'm really excited about it.
That sounds fun.
There.
Are you going with your family?
No, I'm just going with my partner.
Oh, wow. Yeah. That sounds fun.
Yeah.
So, What's next on your personal travel bucket list, aside from Africa, of course, and anywhere unexpected or offbeat you're hoping to explore?
Where I've always wanted to go, and now that I have the diving passion, is I'd like to go to the Galapagos.
Oh, wow.
And because there's just so many other things. And then the other one is to go to Egypt. And I want to go, there's a diving place there in the Red Sea,
Red Sea,
with really unique diving experience as well. Plus all of the historical sites and everything else that goes with it. Those are kind of the next two.
So how do you balance your work in travel media with your own passion for exploration, and does one fuel the other?
Well, I think in work, I've been doing this for a long time, and it's always been kind of travel based.
Yes.
So I've worked with many of our DMOs and PMOs across the country, as well as the federal government. And so I've learned a lot about how they market. And so it's just opened me up to being more aware when I see other marketing from other countries.
What's something about working in travel media that people might not expect?
They might not realize how much fun it is.
Yeah. Well, that's already given, I think.
It's just all work. No,
because you get to travel while also working, so I feel like a lot of people are saying that, oh, that's the dream.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that you say that, because originally many years ago, when I went to apply for this position, I basically sat down there and I wouldn't get out of the chair until they hired me. And I just kept talking and talking and talking. And then finally they said to me, it was a Friday, and they finally said to me, you know, Cyndy, we'll get back to you on Monday. And I just wouldn't leave. I just wouldn't leave. And then finally they said to me, we'll let you know by Monday. And I kind of was like, I got up and I walked out, and I walked down the stairs, and I was just about hitting the street, and I heard voices behind me going, Cyndy, come back. And I was like, oh. And I turned around, and they said, you know what, you're a closer, and we want you. Let's go to lunch and talk about it some more. And they offered me the job.
That's nice.
So it was just, you know, it just started out great, and it's been great the whole time.
Nice. Thank you so much. And zooming out a bit, let's talk about the industry as a whole. As a seasoned traveler, how have you seen global travel trends shift, especially since the pandemic?
I think that people are more wanting to travel because they felt trapped for quite a while. And on the flip side, though, I think travel isn't, like, sometimes the travel isn't as fun getting to where you want to go as it once was.
True.
Because there's just so many more restrictions, and you have to sort of fight your way through the airport and things like that. I'm now finding, though, recently, a lot of the airports have sort of revamped themselves, and it's almost an experience being in the airport. Some of them, like if you go to LaGuardia right now, that airport is just incredible. You could walk around there all day. So if you have to be there a few hours ahead, it's not a problem.
Yeah, you can explore the airport.
Yeah, there's lots to do. There's lots to see. And I have found that in various places around the world, and I just think that once people are in travel mode, their whole personas change. They
totally
become
agree.
Friendly. They become chatty. You can sit next to somebody on the plane and get their whole life story.
Yeah, that's why it's so easy to meet friends while you're traveling.
Yes. Yeah.
That's true. So let's talk about AI, because it's becoming such a huge thing, especially in the travel industry. So how do you see technology shaping the future of travel for both travelers and the industry?
Well, I think for for a lot of younger people in particular, they're so familiar that they can just jump online and do their whole trip on AI.
Yeah.
I can do it to a point, and then I want to talk to somebody.
Yes.
But I think with younger people, like I know my grandchildren, they can do anything with a phone. Whereas I want the bigger screen. I want to be able to see more. I want to be able to navigate it more easily.
Yeah.
But I do find it's fantastic for planning. Just for planning to make sure you don't miss something.
It's easy, it's fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. What can you say about TripToGo, working with some renowned travel publications?
Oh, I think that it's fantastic. I think that there is a great opportunity for TripToGo to really spread the word on their brand and what's offered. I think that there's so much learning to be had by both sides, by TripToGo and by the media side. Yeah. And I think that the end result is going to be amazing because there's, again, the technology behind everything now with marketing.
Yes.
Is we can show you exactly what kind of impact your marketing has had. And we can prove, results are proven, and it's not blindly just putting things out there and seeing what happens like it kind of once was. And often over my career, I was asked, how do you know that advertising works? And I say, have you ever bought a box of Kleenex?
They don't realize it.
You know it's really not called Kleenex, right? It's called tissue.
Tissue, yeah.
And then they go, oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't realize it.
They don't realize that's a brand, and there's so many like that.
Is there a message or philosophy, piece of advice you would like to share to our TripToGo travelers and adventure seekers around the world?
Try it, you'll like it.
Yes, you'll never know unless you try.
Exactly.
Yes.
I think so many people have a fear of trying things. Like I have, like one trip I didn't even touch on that was an amazing trip. I did a Via Ferrata on out in Western Canada. It's mountain climbing, but it's safe mountain climbing. So they call it the Iron Railroad or something like that. But what they do is they have iron bars that are built into the mountains. And you're always clipped. They've got lines, and you have two clips, and you're always clipped on. And so you're mountain climbing just like a real mountain climber, except you're doing it safely. Like if you fell, you'd fall 10 feet. That'd be it. And you actually go up, and you're like this, and below you is like 3,000 feet down.
That sounds exciting.
And it's very exciting.
Yeah.
And then you go up and over, and you're sitting on the crest of the mountain, looking down at this amazing scenery.
Wow.
And then after that, you zip line down. It's just an incredible experience.
That's good.
But there's a lot of people who just, their fear wouldn't allow them to do it. And that's where I say, try to put your fear away.
Yes.
And
just go.
Just go and just do it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Cyndy. Thank you for being with us today. And thank you for sharing not only your experiences, but also your heart for travel.
Thank you.
Thank you. And that's it.
Thank you so much.
At TripToGo, we believe travel isn't just about the places. It's about the people, the stories, and the growth along the way. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to follow TripToGo for more insider interviews and inspiration for your next big adventure. Happy travels from all of us at TripToGo.